Devil Hunters Chainsaw Man Chapter 135, titled Sentimental Drive, showcases Asa's softer side to protect Chainsaw Man. Were Fami and Yoshida working together all along? And who are the red and black Chainsaw Man? Let's take it from the top, as Asa is witnessing the Chainsaw Man church broadcast the morning after, doubting that the Chainsaw Man on TV is legit because, well, from first-hand experience, she knows for better and for worse, Chainsaw Man is an idiot. Yoru tells Asa that she's still adamant on eliminating Chainsaw Man, in which Asa's becoming more and more hesitant. Do we need an explanation here, ladies and gentlemen? Given the amount of time she seemed blushing over Chainsaw Man in this chapter and for a lot of chapters, hell, even inserting a hilarious flashback and embarrassing poem about how much she adores Chainsaw Man and now she wants him, she doesn't want to take him out. Rightfully so. The man has saved her time and time again. If anything, the anticipation of Asa finding out that Chainsaw Man was Denji all along is going to be all the more wholesome, and that this loser may actually end up being her very first boyfriend. Assuming we get to see them together at the end, even if it is brief, knowing Fujimoto, we'll have to wait and see for that. But more importantly, this sets up a dilemma. Asa wants Chainsaw Man alive, and well, Yoru wants him dead. Additionally, Yoru states because of the Falling Devil's destruction of the gravitational shift caused throughout the entire planet, widespread poverty throughout the world is now a thing, meaning that people are more likely to go to war. And if people go to war, the fear of war will grow, making Yoru a powerful devil. Which, from an interesting point of view, this is kind of like the hero's tale who becomes nothing to becoming the most powerful person. We know Yoru is the war devil, the four horsemen of the apocalypse are some of the most powerful devils throughout Chainsaw Man, but we first see Yoru weak enough to not even combat the bat devil of all devils. Out of nowhere, Fami suddenly appears standing next to them, offering some guidance, and yes, Fami living up to her name as a horseman, eating all the food she can come across is hilarious. She reveals that Chainsaw Man has given up on fighting devils, but due to his heart, he can't be an ordinary human. She reiterates that due to his status, Chainsaw Man is constantly under threat, and that many people in the church want to protect him from devils themselves. The higher-ups in the church want all devils to be hunted down by civilians to ensure that he doesn't have to fight anymore, causing his power to diminish, with the end result being that devils would no longer feel the desire to fight him. Asa is then asked to join the church to aid this plan to help pay back for all the time Chainsaw Man saved her. So the way Fami has spun it to Asa, hey, that makes sense, and because Asa, we know, wants to repay the favor back to Chainsaw Man, she eventually does that, as we see at the very end of 135. And with the Chainsaw Man Church, according to the people involved in the organization, the narrative that's being spun to them, they also believe that they are doing the right thing by protecting their hero, but obviously are being manipulated into doing Fami's bidding by weakening Chainsaw Man, which I believe as the story will continue, that will most likely happen. It's a plan that parallels eerily similar to Makima in part 1, in which Makima made the public adore Chainsaw Man to the point of him being weakened enough where stronger devils, especially that of the Horsemen, can seize the opportunity to take him down once and for all. So Fami has a good way with her words, because is Fami revealing a lie to Asa and Yoru? Not really, but what's being done here masterfully is that Fami was, well, revealing a half-truth. While she spins this scenario as a win-win for Asa, making her believe Chainsaw Man can live happily ever after if she gets Asa to do what she wants, all the while telling Yoru that the Black Chainsaw Man is who she's after to get her back to full strength, which is why I mentioned earlier whether or not Fami and Yoshida are working together. We don't know the full reveal, and hopefully we get that full conversation of whatever went down between Yoshida and Fami, because Yoshida made a threat to Fami back at that restaurant before the whole Falling Devil fiasco happened, where he's like, if you don't fess up, I'm gonna take you out right here and now as the devil that you truly are. So I'm sure Fami revealed just enough to say, hey, Yoshida, you know what? There's a red Chainsaw Man and a black Chainsaw Man if you don't know. The black Chainsaw Man, which is the Chainsaw Man you're probably most likely after, can be acquired by doing XYZ, and that means the red Chainsaw Man that you know as the public perception that everyone loves, and in reality is also Denji, this is what you gotta do to get what you actually want. Which now makes a little bit more sense why Yoshida revealed a couple chapters back that, hey, public safety doesn't want you to become Chainsaw Man so you can live a happy life. Whether or not that truly is what public safety wants or Yoshida's secret organization is still yet to be disclosed, but I'm sure Fami told Yoshida that if you want to weaken Denji to the point where that is your chance to now rip out his heart because they're after Pochita, and if this secret organization can acquire Pochita, much like Makima, you control the true hero of hell, if you control the raw 100% Chainsaw Man, you basically have global domination over anyone. What can also happen here is that since Fami spun this narrative for Yoru to pursue Black Chainsaw Man, Yoru and Yoshida's organization may actually combat each other to acquire Black Chainsaw Man, while Fami's ulterior motives, which has not yet been disclosed, can happen manipulating the Church of Chainsaw Man, the deal she has with the Justice Devil, and the fake Chainsaw Man under the palm of her hand. Now, although we still don't know what Fami is after, we know she at least wants to protect the world so that she can go about living on her days, having Chinese food, pizza, whatever, which is the plus side, but what is she still truly after? But it's pretty brilliant when you think about it. Fami is now controlling the people through the Church of Chainsaw Man. She told Yoru what she has to do to get to her full strength. She also probably deviated Yoshida and their organization to kind of fight for the Black Chainsaw Man, and the wheels to set all this in motion is happening right in front of us. What I'm trying to say is a bit rough around the edges, but I'm sure someone down below is going to have a more eloquent explanation, or rather a more refined way of explaining what I just said to each and every one of you. Regardless, does anyone find it odd that the people who love Chainsaw Man so much, according to Fami, will want to fight in his place when most of them probably don't have devil contracts of their own? Furthermore, how does fighting in the place of Chainsaw Man will make people eventually forget about him because, hello, he's a global sensation. We have to remember in part 1, Chainsaw Man is the devil who took out the Gun Devil, arguably the most feared devil in existence for people on planet Earth. So for Chainsaw Man to cease to exist, or for Chainsaw Man to not be a thing, is kind of like odd. And I'm just speaking obviously as someone who's reading the chapter, right? The way Fami has spun it to Yoru, Yoshida, the public, yeah, absolutely makes sense. But I'm thinking about this, I'm like, Chainsaw Man will always be a thing. If you want your plan to succeed, I probably suggest taking out or burning all of the Chainsaw Man memorabilia, merchandise that you can find, so people will cease to remember who Chainsaw Man is at all. That's neither here or there. Anyway, a few days later goes by and a news story breaks out about the slaying of the Carpenter B Devil in an apartment complex, with the devil hunter being a volunteer with no professional record, and it's stated that this person is working for the church, that is their 10th devil that they defeated. And wow, would you look at that, is it Asa Mitaka, the one who probably realistically took out the Bat Devil, the Cockroach Devil, honestly the Eternity Devil, the Aquarium, and not Chainsaw Man? Now rumors are spreading pretty quickly. Well, now when you look at it from Denji's point of view, who's been probably sitting in his apartment, that is Asa's doing and not his, you can mentally see how this is frustrating for our favorite protagonist. And while this is mentally exhausting Denji to the point of being frustrated and irritated, rightfully so, at least we can know one thing, and I think this was pretty obvious, but chapter 135 laid it out completely. We will see Pochita again. We will see the Black Chainsaw Man be 100% wreck chaos, because, well, to be fair, you're gonna need that Chainsaw Man to face off against the King of Terror. But I'm gonna pass it on to you guys. What do you think? Join me later on today in the live discussion as we discuss this chapter more in depth. And despite the fake Chainsaw Man still not being known, I still like to think that I figured out who it is. So you're gonna want to check on this video right here.